What's going on, guys? BouseFeenux here with another discussion topic. Today I wanted to talk about the difficulty in Monster Hunter World. The game has been out for almost 2 months at the time of this video, and most of the veterans to the series have pretty much cleared all of the relevant content. We all had a different journey getting to the end of the game, though. Some of us had a group already, some of us went totally solo, and some of us put our fates in the hands of randoms via SOS Flare. But no matter how you played, you experienced the game. So my objective here is to get a discussion started. As I stated earlier, we all got through the content in a different way, but what I want to know is, what was the journey like for you? Was it too easy, too hard, somewhere in the middle? And please, I beg you, try to approach this critically. No one cares that you killed 4 tempered Nergigantes solo in the arena with a butter knife without carding. This isn't an opportunity to brag, so please leave your elitism at the door. Anyway, the reason we're getting into all of this is because pretty much since the betas, I've been hearing a lot of the vets talking about the difficulty, or lack thereof, in Monster Hunter World. Players coming from older titles are claiming that World is far too easy compared to other games, and I don't think that they're completely wrong. I just think that maybe they're looking at it the wrong way. So let me explain to give you a bit of background. In older games, there was typically a vast in-game experience called G rank, and if you've been watching my content recently, or just hang out in literally any Monster Hunter community on the internet, you've probably heard about this already. But for the newcomers, G rank is essentially the true in-game of Monster Hunter. Difficulty is raised through the roof, there's new gear sets, new monsters, and new challenges. It's exciting to play and really tests you as a hunter, so I think it goes without saying the G rank was pretty damn hard if you didn't know what you were doing. On top of that, when playing older games, you were fighting against the device you were playing on almost as much as you were fighting against the game. Control schemes on the 3DS and PSP were extremely clunky when compared to what we have with an Xbox or a PS4 controller. You gotta remember, in the dark days of Monster Hunter's past, we only had one analog stick, man. It was rough. Additionally, the mechanics of older Monster Hunters were so much more complicated in certain ways. Getting honey for Mega Potions and other consumables wasn't nearly as easy compared to now with the Botanical Garden. You either had to go on quests for it or send your cats out to trade, kinda like you do when sending them out on a Tail Raider quest. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The Slinger didn't exist, and bombs were much more time-consuming to make. You needed 2 items, I think it was a sap plant and a stone, to make a thing called a bomb casing. Then you had to combine that bomb casing with something else that may have needed multiple materials to make. Also, you couldn't eat at the canteen or visit the item box in the middle of a quest. If you left something or wanted to change your weapons, you were shit out of luck. So if you fainted and lost your food buff, that was it. Unless you had a specific canteen skill, that is. And then the real kicker is that combining items mid-quest had a random success or fail rate. If you brought potions and honey to make extra Mega Potions, there was always a small chance that the combination would fail, resulting in literal garbage being put into your inventory. That's just a few of the things, though. I could go on for a whole nother video, but I don't want to be like your grandpa who had to walk uphill in the snow both ways to get to school. But fast forward to now, and everything has been streamlined. Crafting isn't annoying, and gathering materials on quests isn't tedious and filled with pointless animations. Now, did you know that we used to have to carry pickaxes and bug nets just to catch bugs and mine ore? You couldn't just walk up and start gathering them. And then these tools, these pickaxes and such, they had a finite number of uses, and they would randomly break, leaving you without gathering tools. And since there's no item box in the quest, you couldn't get more, so you just had to leave the mission and then come back. On top of that, combat in general is way more streamlined than it used to be. Animations are fluid and responsive for both the hunters and the monsters. It's so much easier now to tell what attack a monster is about to do compared to the older games. That, and the fact that you can interact with the environment in different ways, is a huge plus. So yeah, comparatively the game seems easier to veterans, but in all honesty, a lot of the difficulty in previous games was just pointless. When you died to a monster, a lot of times it felt like bullshit, and I'm sure you've heard of the legendary Plesioth hip check, and if you haven't, go look it up. It's a great example of some of that bullshit. But in Monster Hunter World, while not perfect, 99% of the things you die to feel a lot more like your fault. There's a counterplay to just about everything, and if you're paying attention in the fight, you'll pretty much be good to go. Except for Tempered Basil and Tempered Kieran. They can fuck off. Anyway, a lot of older players aren't really sure how they feel about the changes with Monster Hunter World, but honestly, the series needed a fresh coat of paint, and for it to appeal to a wider audience, a lot of the general bullshit had to be removed. I, for one, I'm pretty glad that they went the way they did. I don't agree with everything, but it is so amazing to see so many people falling in love with a game that I have deeply cared about since 2009. And while I, like many other veterans, miss the way some things were in the older games, I'd have a really hard time going back to old Monster Hunter. I mean, even high rank was pretty damn difficult, not to mention G rank. So in my opinion, yeah, I feel like Monster Hunter World is a bit easier compared to previous games. But is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. And honestly, I don't even like to use the word easy. I think it's more fair than previous games. But to those of you that are just joining us as new hunters, there are some exciting times ahead, and if the leaked monster lists that have been floating around lately and the G-rank rumors are true, then this game is going to be supremely awesome. Just you wait. Anyway, that's all I have for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and if you're new here, get subscribed so that you never miss a new video. Also, if you're having a tough go of it, there is no shame in that. So consider joining my Discord by using the link in the description below and ask my vets for help. Or if you are a vet, come hang out with us and hunt some monsters. Until next time though, I'm BouseFeenux. I'll see you at the next one. And as always, thank you so much for watching.